I saw this bumper sticker in traffic the other day, and it really annoyed me. I'm Conrad Walton, and I'm a real estate agent here in Prescott, and I don't want buyers who might be moving here asking me if there's enough water. We're not the desert like Phoenix. We have rain. We have snow. Prescott's very different than Phoenix, but it seems like this question comes up a lot. I decided to do some research and find out what the truth is. Turns out, you and I are not the first people to ask the question about water in Prescott. The research got really deep really fast. There are links to everything in the description below. But let's start with this guy.
Hi everybody, I'm Brian Reese. I'm the Water Resource Manager here for the City of Prescott.
Most people ask, do we have enough water? Well, yeah, we do. The real question is, for how long?
Do we have enough water for how long? Tomorrow? Yes. 5 years from now? Yes. 20 years? Yeah. 50 years? Well,
first, some context or a framework for the question. Water is not a finite resource that goes away. We don't consume it like ice cream. We only use it and then we put it back in the ground. Farming is the biggest user of water around here, and that all goes in the ground, although some water evaporates, but that makes clouds and then it rains. It's all a very complex system. Safe yield is the rate at which groundwater can be withdrawn without causing long-term decline of water levels. We need to be sure that we don't take out more than goes back in. So what do we need to do to make sure that we always have water?
what do we need to do to make sure we always have water? Okay, I got an answer. We need a plan.
The answer to the question is planning. The Arizona Department of Water Resources, the ADWR, was created in 1980 at a state level. They established 7 active management areas. I guess they couldn't have a passive management area to regulate groundwater use with the goal of achieving safe yield. We live in the Prescott Active Management Area. It totals 485 square miles, and it includes the towns of Prescott, Prescott Valley, Chino Valley, Dewey-Humboldt, the Yavapai-Prescott Indian Tribe Reservation, and of course, all of the surrounding unincorporated communities. Each management area has a plan that has to be updated every 5 years. Now, everybody in this water world measures water in acre feet per year, and I'm going to call that AFY. Prescott uses about 7,000 AFY. The entire management area uses about 20,000 AFY. And here's a side note. The Phoenix Active Management Area is entirely separate from us. They use about 2 million AFY. And they get a lot of their water from the Colorado River, and they got their own problems. But they have no impact on Prescott. City of Prescott's water source is located within the management area. We get water from the Little Chino Aquifer and the Upper Agua Fria Aquifer, using wells in Chino Valley and at the airport. The ADWR also created the Assured Water Supply Program, and that's to address the problem of limited groundwater supplies in Arizona. This program evaluates the availability of a 100-year water supply for specific cities. They consider current and committed demand as well as growth projections. In 1998, Prescott was declared out of safe yield. Prescott added some new water sources, made some other changes, and we became safe yield again. The designation must be updated regularly. Since its first designation in 1999, it's been updated in 2005, 2009, and 2021. As of 2025, according to the DWR, Prescott is designated as having a 100-year assured water supply. For the city to maintain this designation, it must demonstrate that the water will be physically, continuously, and legally available for 100 years. Well, here's the big twist. The Big Chino Water Ranch. I thought it might look something like this, but it actually just looks like ranch land. The water is all underground. It's 4,582 acres of historically ranched and irrigated land 15 miles west of Paulden. And in 2004, the city of Prescott purchased the BCWR to serve as an additional source of water. That same year, Prescott Valley joined the BCRW effort. The two cities now have a partnership split of 54.1% for Prescott to 45.9% for Prescott Valley. The BCWR supplies, they were added to the city of Prescott's assured water supply portfolio by the ADWR in 2009. So it's now part of our 100-year assured water rating. The ADWR approved a whopping 11,551 AFY to be pumped out. So no matter how large Prescott becomes, there should be enough water for 100 years. And that all sounds good, so what's the crisis? Well, politics and money. We may not be able to use all of the water that we own. Like every city in the world, there's a group of no-growth people in opposition to a group of pro-growth people. Prescott's no different. If you want to stop development, a really good way to do it is to limit the available water. And there's a very vocal local group, say that 5 times real fast, the Citizens Water Advocacy Group, working with the Sierra Club, Nature Conservancy, Save the Dells, plus Prescott Indivisible. There's also a major regional water and power utility company, the Salt River Project, or SRP. Now, they claim broad rights to the Big Chino sub-basin water, arguing that the BCWR pumping, it could reduce underground flow to the Verde River, which feeds their reservoirs. Lawsuits were threatened, and in order to avoid a lawsuit, Prescott Valley, and the SRP, they all agreed to the need for a report studying the hydrology of the Big Chino sub-basin and headwaters of the Verde River. At least that's what the article I read said. The truth is, until that study's groundwater model data is published, and the report is due in December of 2026, nobody really knows how big the BCWR's true capacity is. The ADWR's estimate is just that, an estimate. Whatever the report says, that's going to set the stage for any agreements to be made in the future between all of the parties. Now, I hope we get a balanced approach that prioritizes meeting human demands while protecting natural resources. We need to rely on facts, not fear. The truth is, there is water in the ground for us to use for 100 years. And there are political groups fighting against that use. I'm personally a cynical optimist. I believe that things will break, they're going to be difficult, and stupid decisions are going to be made. But in the end, we'll fix things, we'll resolve all the issues, and we'll make good decisions. And we're going to be successful. We're talking about 100 years from now. That's a long time to sort things out. The iPhone was less than 20 years old. Who knows what's going to happen in the next 100 years? I'm not worried about it. We are going to be fine.